Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning. We are here. Today we doing live trading. I'm gonna get things set up in a second. Just wanted to tap in with you guys, let you know that I am here. Just trying to make sure I get everything together how it is supposed to be. I was having some technical difficulties earlier, so I had to
order filled.
I had to do a restart on my computer. Sorry, y'all. I got my main trading partner on the phone. he don't know how to, know when people live. It's all good though. Well, yeah, so I'll be in a second. Get everything together. Really, the market just did a really big drop. So I'm gonna do a little market analysis from what I see, as far as on a bigger time frame before we actually get into the trading. So what I'm gonna do now is share my actual screen of my candle chart. Show you guys what I'm looking at. All right, so here, guys, we have my candle chart. This is the NQ. This is the MNQ. We trade micros over here. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and switch these over to the micro environment. Let's see. MCL, micro, okay. All right. So typically when I'm on this smaller time frame, what I like to do is look at certain levels of support and resistance. Now these shaded areas that you see here is where I've drawn before when price has made a major move from these areas. And as you can see here from the drawing that I drew, actually I don't know when I drew this drawing, but price broke through this area, came up and tested it again, came down to this area that I drew, went up, tested this area again, came down and broke this area. So now I'm looking for more support and resistance areas. So I can see right away that there was a big jump from this area here. So I'm gonna shade that off as well. Make sure we get that on all time frames because there may be something that we can see on a daily. I mean, all charts. Give me a second. Let me send out some links for some people to join. Oh, so you can hear that. Oh, that's coming from my computer. Okay. What up, Ty? What up, T-Bone in the building? So that noise that you guys are hearing is this indicator here that lets me know when news is about to happen. So here, this is We have at 8:30. It gives me a notification 10 minutes in advance, which is how I have it set. Then also color wise, I have it set like that as well. So there's a low impact news coming on at 8:30. The U.S. trade balance report, and then the Canada trade balance report, and other news that we have coming up throughout the day. And also after the market opens, after it closes at 5 and opens at 6, we got news typically like China and places overseas. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on up here. Just trying to make sure all my systems is in check.
Order filled. Order filled. Okay. We got that there. So today I'm going to be trading MNQ, MES, and MCL, which is the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, and crude oil, the futures market with those items. Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay. So
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, so let me ask that. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Just trying to make sure all of my systems is in check before we get to the point where we can actually start trading. But just to give you guys a glimpse, like I say, this is the NASDAQ chart. We're gonna be looking at ES and also crude oil today. From what I'm looking at, looks like oil has did a tremendous drop. It has went well past its range on the 20-day average. So can we expect oil to keep dropping more? We could, but on the average, from the knowledge that we have obtained over the last couple of years, these markets have ranges. This market has went well past its range again. So do we expect it to keep going lower? No, but you never know. You just play the trend. It is a downtrend. So we're looking at areas like this solid dollar area right here. It may be support. It may not be support. The oil market opens at 9 o'clock. So we'll see what happens at the market open for oil at 9 o'clock. Now, stock market opens at 9:30. So that's when everything else is going to really start moving. Like I say, just making sure we get all of our systems in order, make sure everything is set on our algorithms. And let's see here. So I'm going to be taking trend trades, and also I'm going to be taking price action trades with the algorithm that I have. My trend trades, I'm going for 1-to-1, and for my price action trades, I'm going to be going for 61.8%, really 62% golden ratio targets. So I'm going to set my systems up as so. Daily profit for the day is going to be 500. And my daily loss for the day is going to be $1,000. And once I'm finished setting these systems up, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a short analysis on how I'm looking at the market, where I think a lot of the market participants are, and to exploit the edge that we have with the tools that we have in these markets for profit. While I'm doing that, anybody got any questions in the chat? Anybody is curious about anything? Type of question in the chat. Before you do that, just make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up. Yeah. So we got Kaysen. Kaysen said, what is my risk per trade? I am going to be putting in $50 of risk. $50 of risk per trade. Price action. $62. Okay. All right, so that's done for NASDAQ. We want to go over to oil and get this together. Same thing for oil. Trend 100%. Trend, okay, right there. MCL. Okay, 100, there. Price action. So for my oil, I had it set for 75% targets. I'm gonna put that one at 62% from stop. Okay, so price action, okay, there. Trend, 100%. Apply. Okay, now ES. Strategies, there, trend, content. Price action, 62, okay. All right, so I think I got everything good here. Oh, that was a big bounce off that area. So yeah, very, very significant area. As we can see, there's a lot of buyers down here. This would be considered a demand zone. But let's look at a bigger time frame and see what's going on. See what we can see. I'm going to the daily chart. So before you even say it, I know it's going to be it's going to be a situation where it's like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's always going to be like this in the beginning. You're not going to know what you're looking at. You're not going to know what's going on. But this is where you just sit back, listen, look at how things go. Take the information I give you. You can either write it down. You can record this session, however you want to do it. Just take the information, because if you are inquiring about becoming a trader, there's going to be so many references to a bunch of things that you will not understand. But in the grand scheme of things, if you keep going, if you keep doing what you do, they will make sense. There's things that I've heard and seen in this line of work that I'm in that is starting to make sense to me now, almost 3 years later. This is a journey. This is a marathon. You got to be in for the ride. So this is today's candle right here. We see that today's candle, as you know, the bulls are in control of this day today. It's not to say that they will stay in control, but right now we are in a bullish environment. Last couple of days have been bullish. Yesterday was a little bearish. I'm sorry. We are in a bearish environment. Yesterday was bullish. Bears go down, bulls go up. Here is bullish. Down here is a little bearish. This is what we consider consolidation. Here, try to reach back up into this area that I drew and it got knocked back down. So right now we are in a bearish environment. Let's see here. So this is my prep chart, right? I got a question in the audience that says, what kind of chart is this? This is my prep chart. This is how I get prepared for the day. This is how I look at a lot of different levels while I'm trading, right? All of the colors, this is volume down here. I'll squeeze that down. This is volume indicator. A lot of these here are indicators that give you an edge in the market if you know how to use them. A lot of people say indicators don't work. A lot of people use bear charts. You know, there's a lot of different ways that you can skin this cat, but find something that works for you. If you don't know anything, start with something. So this is my daily chart. I'm on a daily chart for the MNQ. And all these shaded areas that you see here, these are levels of support and resistance. So for me, I'm looking at a lot of support down here because it's been wicking. These are wicks. These little lines, this is a candle. This is the wick of a candle. These candles have wicks on the top and the bottom. So I'm seeing a lot of pressure to push the price up in this area, which lets me know that this could be a possible heavy demand zone here. Just like when price came down, dropped down here, it came down to a zone where a lot of the buyers start buying it up, making the price go up. They try to make it go up as far as possible, but the bears took control in these certain areas and it pushed it back down. One of the keys is really trying to find out where your opponents are, because we are in a game. We are going against other styles of trades, other styles of traders. So being able to notice and to kind of seek out where other people are, where other market participants are, is a very important thing that can help you in your trading career, not just taking trades. So yeah, because we are in a bearish environment, I will continue to be bearish unless they tell me something different. So let me see here. I don't know if you guys remember, but I talked to you guys about imbalances and how price typically comes down to fill imbalance, which is an area where there's no movement except for in one direction. Here we see big bullish movement here, big bullish movement there. So there's zones in between here that we have to pay attention to. So if you see that there's a gap there's a gap in between these two candles. As we see, price comes down, fills that gap. Filled it here, went back up, came down, and it's almost filling this gap now. Will it fill it 100%? No, it's not guaranteed. But we know that from what history has showed us and told us that typically the price likes to come down and fill in and then go back the other direction. So the NQ and the ES came down to a certain area, which is this area here, and it got rejected, which means that there's a lot of buyers down here. So let me bring this down to a smaller time frame. Typically like to trade on a 1 minute chart, or like to view a 1 minute chart while I'm trading Renko bars. So again, like I said, we have these areas here. Price came down to it and ran up. Now, from what we know from Fibonacci and psychological numbers, one area of support from what I'm seeing now is 15,300. Also, we have to be mindful of these golden ratio areas. Right now, since prices is below these areas, we have to be cautious because this could be a level. If you're bullish, you have to be cautious because this is a level of resistance. These main things also we had 15,400 right here. All of this is a level of resistance. So if price shoots to come up there, there's going to be a reaction as we see now. It's not always 100% on point, but we see in this area there's a reaction. Also, keep in mind that we have the open price. And then we also have, where is it at? Oh, ain't that far from it, is it? Okay. So I'm looking for my other yesterday's close. 15,490.25. Okay, so yesterday's close. This is where typically if price gets too far away from this area before the New York Open at 9:30, what we should be thinking about is price getting back to that open price. So we've seen such a really bullish move from this area down here. Our mindset should be they're looking to close the gap. They won't always close the gap. They won't always 100% close the gap. I think they closed the gap yesterday, but sometimes it could be 25%, sometimes it could be 50%, sometimes it could be 75%. But just know that there's market participants that's looking to close the gap, right? And if they don't, that just means that the bears is like, man, listen, we trying to run this down. Price is trying to go down. That's what we're trying to do. So right now I am getting prepared for a gap close. So let me look and see what the ES is doing. ES pretty much the same. And what you see on my ES chart here is supply and demand zones. Supply and demand zones here. This is supply zone, this is demand zone. You see what price did, came down to the zone and ran up. Because why? There's buyers down here. Buyers looking to push the price up. Buyers, bulls, they all in the same. Bears, sellers, supply zone, looking to push the price down. Yep. So now we're really just waiting. Really just waiting. The oil market opens in 11 minutes, so we're probably going to be more focused on oil until the New York Open at 9:30. This is an oil chart. So let's see what's happening with oil. Oil, like I said, oil has reached $2.64, typically on a 20-day average. And we say 20 days because there's 20 trading days in a month. We don't trade on the weekends, except for Sunday, but Sunday is considered Monday. But you get what I'm saying. But the futures markets open at 6 p.m. and it closed at 5 p.m. the next day, opposed to the stock market opens at 9:30 p.m. 9:30 a.m. closes at 4 o'clock p.m. So the opportunity to cash a check, you got 23 hours to make decisions for you to be able to cash a check. Right? So give me just 1 second. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, we here. We here. One thing I wanted to talk about before I get over to this oil market is market prep. It's very important to prep before you start trading. And by prep, I mean knowing how your market is reacting, knowing what your market does, and more important than these technical things is you getting yourself prepared. You know, whether it be, you doing your exercising, you doing meditation, you putting yourself in an environment where you can 100% focus without distraction. Because it's a game that you have to be mentally prepared for. You got to be mentally prepared for this game. If not, you're going to really experience some stuff that you don't want to experience. We got yeah. So you don't want to experience any, you don't want to have any kind of stress, any kind of, like my guy say, emotional volatility, because that can easily put you on tilt and you end up doing things trying to, you may take a loss, you end up doing things that you really don't typically do, and you end up jeopardizing your account. I've done it. Everybody in my group has done it. It's definitely a serious thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave y'all with that, something to think about. And again, like I say, if it's some stuff that you guys don't understand, it's okay. Just there's gonna be videos there's gonna be videos that we post that'll give you a better understanding of how and why we do what we do, right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring over my oil chart. This here is oil. Like I say, I reference a candle chart, but I trade off a Renko. So right now, as we can see, oil has been bearish ever since it opened back here at 6 o'clock. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Trend never changed except for now. Why? I don't know. Maybe because there's some people looking to close the gap, and that gap is here, from here to there. People maybe looking to close the gap. And also, like I said, oil has already went $2.64 already before their market even opened. So that tells me that, hey, okay, I could maybe look to be bullish because it's already went past its range. Now, if they want to get super out of pocket, they're going to have to show me. So the oil market is going to open. I'm going to turn my price action button on. Turn my price action button on, and then from that I'm going to if I get if my indicator tells me this is MFI, this MFI down here too, but this MFI is, for me, is referencing the algorithm, which we call go time. This here is helping me with my price action. This MFI, I can use this in correlation with this box here. This is an order entry box that allows me to take market or limit orders on the next bar that closes up, right? So like now, if I want to get into this trade, I'm going to buy up. It's going to put me in that trade, and I'm going to place my stop here.
Order submitted. Order filled.
I'm in the trade. Place my stop here. We got 1 minute before the oil market opens. I'm also going to turn my trend button on as well. So if we do a measurement and see from here to here, we're risking $30, right? We can either go for $37 or golden ratio $18. I'm going to go for golden ratio $18. And go from there. So now what I see for as possible resistance could be this Fibonacci 23.6, or it could be this psychological number 80.50. Remember I told you guys the psychological numbers is 00, 25, 50, 7, and 75. Those are psychological numbers that you can pay attention to as extra padded support or resistance on top of everything else that you know. So we went in with 1 micro. Like I said, we're risking $30. I'm going to attach this to the indicator. $31 risk. Okay. Oil market is open now. Don't look like it's they trying to. You want to see what they trying to do? The most I'm going to be in is 2 micros per trade. That's all I'm willing to risk. If it goes against me to a certain point where I need to add, then my max is going to be 2 contracts. Now, what I'm thinking is they may come back down here and test this low again and go back up, or they could continue to go down. Like I say, you want to make sure your trade has the highest probability of winning. Nothing in this game is going to be 100%. Just always know that. Always keep that in mind. Nothing is 100%. But you want to make sure you have the highest probability as possible to win the trade. Now, if you look here, these buttons right here, this is another tool to help you. Just in case you want to say, hey, look, I want to lock in some profits. I don't think this trade is going to go too much more in my favor, or you know, you want to just manually trail. That's what these buttons is for. BE is for break even. So I'm saying that I'm going to break even plus 5 ticks if I hit this, and SL means stop loss. I'm going to stop my loss plus 5 if I wanted to lock in some profit. So this is the stop loss right here. Sell stop. This is what protects you from losing more money than you should. Now sometimes we get a little out of pocket and we move the stop, not accepting the loss. But that's not what we're looking to do here. You see how that trail moves up? See? Now I can move my target up and get more because I already protected enough profit here.
Order filled. Stop
Stuff
filled.
like that is going to pop up. Don't pay attention to it. Just
Order submitted.
Make sure you keep on trading.
Order filled. Order filled.
So that was a nice trade. So now we just sit and wait for the next one. Just sit and wait for the next one. One of the main things in trading is just waiting. Sitting and waiting for your A plus setup. If you don't get an A plus setup, if you get a B plus setup, make sure you know how to manage it. Make sure you know where you're supposed to exit and where you can re-enter, take profit, know those kind of things, because we're not going to always get an A plus setup. Now I can look for this area up here as possible resistance because price couldn't make it past this area. It couldn't make it past here. So 80.80 is right now in the moment a resistance area. If they want to make it past, if they want to shoot it past there, they can. But if I was still in that trade, I would be looking to take profit before it got to that area. And of course, another good thing is to have a trading journal. We have a trading journal, a proprietary trading journal that we track our trades in. My guy Next Trade Lou and Kaysen put a lot of work into this trading journal. Has been very beneficial to the group. So keep that in mind. You always want to track your trades, and also, like Mentor taught us, to not only track your trades but track your thoughts, what you're thinking about during the trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this back on. If it gets me in another trade, I'm going to be looking to take profit up here. When this bar closes, it's going to get me in a trade. Also, I want to let you guys know, it's 2023, man. You know, access to these kind of tools and being in this kind of environment is something that nobody could have forecasted that we would have access to be able to trade these markets. I don't want to say it's easy, but it's definitely it's definitely a great advantage to knowing this kind of skill. And also, like I say, nowadays.
Order submitted.
Okay. Well, I'm going to attach this to. So if it makes it up here to this area, I'm going to see, because also we got to keep in mind as well, it is gap close time. Even though I do note this resistance right here. If it gets up to this point in this area, I'm going to look to protect my break even +5, and we go from there. This oil open was kind of slow, so like I say, most of trading is like 90% waiting. Just really waiting. Just imagine being at a job and you just sitting around waiting for work. Typically where I come from, if we had a job and there ain't nothing to do, you gonna chill anyway and collect a check, right? Same thing. You done already came to work, you did what you're supposed to do. There's no work to do. Just sit and wait. Just sit and wait. Now to give you guys a little bit of education, as far as the meaning of ticks. I think I might explain this before, but like I say, it's going to be a lot of things that you're going to hear me say over and over and over because it's not going to make sense to you until you hear it repetitiously. Repetition is the father of learning. So always make sure you continuously embed things into your brain, into your mind, so it can be seated in your subconscious. Because it might not come when you might not notice it or think about it all the time, but at some point it's going to click. So you see that there? So because I have it attached to the trend, I have to break that attachment. So now I can move this up if I want to get more profit. But we got the 38.2 right here, so we can look and say, hey, okay, they may turn around right here. They may turn around right here. They may not. But the expectation is there. Hey, that's a possible resistance area. If they break that resistance, they're looking to go.
Order filled.
That was a great trade. We got out that trade. What did I tell you? 38.2. 38.2 and 61.8 is very powerful numbers. Very powerful numbers. And that's not just with trading. That's with architect, structure. You got plants and animals. All of this kind of stuff, it revolves around golden ratio numbers. And I'll have a video explaining that soon. So stay tuned. Like, subscribe, hit the link in the bio. I'm sorry. Like, subscribe, notification. I got to get used to this YouTube stuff, y'all. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, a like, whatever you do, just, show us some love. We definitely appreciate it. So now we got the 38.2. I'm going to erase this drawing here. Also, another level of support is going to be, we spoke about 38.2, solid dollar as well. I mean, resistance, levels of resistance. These are levels of resistance to look out for. Since we are trying to go up to a certain price, these will be resistance. Remember, resistance is the roof, support is the floor. Yeah. So that's a reference that I was told. Support is the floor, people to support you, lift you up. Roof stops you from going any higher, knock you back down. So I am going to go ahead and get ready to turn on my buttons for the NQ and also the ES. So once we get in some trades over there, we'll go ahead and tap in. Yes, sir. I'm going to be on here until about 10 o'clock. $10, 10:30-ish. We'll see. Depending on how I feel. See how um remember I told you about the 38.2? Very powerful numbers. Very powerful numbers. Something I didn't even think of before I got into my mentorship, how important these numbers are. Mentor kept saying, golden ratio, golden ratio, golden ratio. Didn't really hear it until we start seeing a thing. We start seeing, hey, price always react off of these areas. Crazy. And he told us, the 38.2 you can expect for a reaction. 61.8 you can expect for a reversal. So I always keep that in the back of my mind while I'm trading. That's why I keep these kind of indicators on my chart. I got a good friend of mine that don't use no indicators at all. No, I'm wondering why I didn't take that trade, because where did my strategies go? Okay, so technical difficulties, don't worry about it. We just go ahead and go in and see what's going on. Why these strategies is not on. They were on. Okay. They just disappeared. Okay. All right. And left MES too? Oh, that's weird. Okay. It's all good. They back on. We good to go. We are good to go. How y'all think I'm doing? Give me something in the chat, man. Give me something in the chat. Put some ones in the chat if y'all think I'm doing good. Put some twos in the chat if you think I need some work. I definitely know I need some work. Let me also show y'all how important Fibonacci numbers is, right? So I know previously for me, I couldn't really see why price was doing certain things, right? I'll bring y'all over to my NASDAQ chart. So I couldn't really see why things were happening on the, in price movement. But this is how powerful Fibonacci's is. So we take it from this low to this swing high. And we can see why it's making this move, because this is 50% of this move. So most of the people, if you would say, hey, look, if you would have drew it before it came down here, hey, look, okay, if it come down to the 50, I'm a buy it. You'd be up right now. literally be up right now. Now, also, I'm thinking like, okay, the trend line is right here. Do I want to take a trend trade with it at the 38.2? Something to think about. Because also, we're thinking, hey, we're in a gap close situation. Gap is way up here. Okay, what do? We sit and wait. Because we already seen that was a big knockdown from the 38.2 area. Are they going to do it again? That's what we don't know. So we just sit and wait. 9:30 is 10 minutes away. And that's when a lot of the other market participants is going to start coming in, making the price move crazy. And you guys will see it in a moment. So like I say, we just sit and wait. I've come to the realization that this is really exciting for me to be able to really just think. This is a thinking game. Are you gonna let somebody outsmart you? And if you do get outsmarted, are you gonna figure out what you can do to get better? How did you lose? And how can you figure out a way where you don't lose and that you don't lose that play again? So like I say, if I'm looking to close the gap, on my way up to closing that gap, it's gonna be resistance areas. 15,400, 50%, 61.8. So you gotta be very cautious when you come into these areas if you're looking to close the gap. It could go straight up and 100% gap close, and you sitting there like, why I ain't take that trade? Why I ain't take that trade? That's an internal thing that you have to deal with. That's why it's good to focus on your psychology as you're going through this, because these markets will let you know a lot about yourself, that and areas and things that you need to deal with that may carry on into your personal, into your regular life. But let me grab me a bottle of water before this market get to going. Be right back. All right, I'm back, y'all. I am back. So I'm gonna turn my trim button on. Oh, see, I missed it. It's all good. This is gonna make a lower high, which could be a formation of another downtrend. But we'll see. Button off. Want to see what they're gonna do. Just want to see. You want to get a feel of where they're trying to go, what they're trying to do. I know that the Nasdaq has moved 179 points. Its average, its 20-day average, moving average is 237.75 points. They're almost at capacity, about 50 points away, 50, 60 points away. So we're just waiting to see. Thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. Practice make perfect, you know. In 30 days, I might be running through these videos like it's nothing. All right. Good thing I didn't get in that trade because I'd be down right now. Like I said, we got 4 minutes till the market open. I like the bell for Thinkorswim. Oh. So we're gonna get Thinkorswim going. For those of you all who don't know, Thinkorswim is the trading platform for TD Ameritrade. It's the trading platform for TD Ameritrade. Okay. Oil seems to be moving up. So typically when the ES and NASDAQ are moving in a certain direction, oil likes to go the opposite direction. Now this here is what I learned from reading charts. Could be a possible bull flag. We'll see. And when I mention flags, these are indicators of certain price movement. Now this is what we have here is it's called a wedge. Prices are going to break out through one of these areas, through here or through down here, but we'll see. This is a bullish indicator though. It's a bullish indication. Say that. So we want to see what they're gonna do. They've been bearish all morning. If it breaks this trend here, trend to the downside. Again, guys, don't get confused with all of the stuff that you see on the chart. I know it's kind of hard not to. The market just opened. So
Order filled. Submitted.
there's a trend trade there. You sit and see what kind of direction they're trying to go in. Are they looking to close the gap or what? If they are, then we'll be right there with them. This green line you see here is the open price. I'm gonna remove these drawings real quick. This is the open price. This is the level of support and resistance as well. So they bearish. I'm gonna get a price action candle here. Let's see. They're looking to push up.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
That was a check. That was a price action check, 62%. Ugh. So attaching this to stop. Let's go on from there. Let's go. Look like they pushing down. We got a lower high, lower high, lower high. That's an indication of a downtrend. We got this level of support here. Remember I told you guys about the 50? The 50 area?
Order submitted.
That's another price action.
Order canceled.
Right there. That's a check. Now, do we want to protect profit here? Because like I say,
Order canceled.
I want to get out. So because we got the 50 right here, that's a level of support right now. It came here, right here, and it came there again. So obviously I'm going to look to protect profit because I already drew this area right here, and I said that, hey, look, this is a possible area of support. Okay, so now I should have been buttoned off, but I was talking. My apologies, y'all. That's all good. We make mistakes. We human. So now we're at the open price. The open price, again, like I said before, is possible resistance. If they want to get funky and go past the open price, we got the open price. We got the 75 right there, 15,375 right there. That's possible resistance. And then we got the 38 too. But we're not looking for them to go down. We're not looking for them to go up. We're going to speak what we want them to do. Is go down and hit that target. Speaking into existence. That's what we're looking for. Lower highs, lower lows. So now that's a higher low. But we want another. Come on. My teammates know I like to talk to my chart.
Order canceled.
There we go. There we go, baby. All right, so seems like they kind of deciding what they want to do. So I'm gonna hold off on a second. If it wants to change the trend, I'll be in the trend trade. But until then, we're gonna hold off on the price actions. until we get an indication like we do now. This is a strong indicator letting us know.
Order filled.
Let's go. It's go time. Ain't no sense in nobody tripping. Now, this I don't like. I don't like these higher lows. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. We don't have a higher high until now. So this could be a formation of an uptrend. And if it is, we'll be in the next uptrend. But again, like I said, we got this shaded area up here. So we're gonna see what they're gonna do. Seem like they're struggling a little bit to get past this area. So I'm gonna button off here. Unless it's a trend. So they're gonna go on down there to that target. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. Well,
Order canceled.
speak it into existence, man. Speak it into existence. So again, now we just sit and wait, see what they want to do. Sit and wait and see what they want to do. So now it seemed like they want to go lower, so we're gonna go with them. Now I have two price action theories that I can use on my charts. I can use it with this. I can use price action with this, but also I can also use it with this MFI in this box, like I told you before. Now, this MFI, once you get up here to this green zone, I'm most likely gonna I missed that one. But just for educational purposes, if I would have took that trade, I'd be in profit right now. Also, this red line here, this red line is yesterday's close. Yesterday's close price. Possible support. So I'm not really liking what's going on here. So I need them to break out of this area right here. This is it's like sometimes it can ping pong back and forth and you don't know, what's really going on. MFI 100. If it goes down, now it's going back up to the open price, which was resistance before. If it changed the trend,
Order submitted.
in there. So we'll see what they want to do. That was an aggressive move to the upside. Very aggressive move to the upside. Which I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't have been butting on long, because again, I got this resistance area up here, got the 75 here as well, but it's literally still gap close time, so they can still close the gap. They can close the gap at any time, but we look for them to close the gap typically early in the open or at the open. So we'll see what they want to do. I'm gonna add one because
Order submitted.
MFI was at 0. That gives me a greater chance of a price action trade. And remember, I said I'm only going to go in 2 contracts at any given time as far as price action goes, unless it's my go time. Go time definitely is a stronger indicator of a move, because it's mathematically factoring in MFI, RSI, and stochastics. So we'll see what they want to do. I have a trail on here of when it hits 50 ticks, it's going to lock in profit on its own. But you can see that they're really struggling. They're really struggling to get up any further. But like I say, we're going to speak targets into existence. You know what I mean? We're going to speak targets into existence. They're going to get where they need to go. You're not going to win every trade. Trust me. You're not going to win every trade. See, I should have been out of that trade on that trend change.
Order canceled.
Now I'm out of that trade. That was a loss. You can see the red line means it was a loss. I'm out of that trade, so we're going to keep trading. MFI is high. I want to see them break these areas here before they do anything else. So look like the Bears in control. Bears are in control again, so we're going to button on short. Possible support areas, this area here, and also solid dollar. MFI 100, we're going to sell down. Go time, said go.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Damn. That was, I don't know what happened there.
Order canceled.
Well, that's a check. And once this hit 50 ticks, it's going to lock in more. There we go. Next trade. Next trade.
Order filled.
Okay. I should be over here in the ES as well. I'm tripping, but it's all good. This is for y'all. This is for y'all. Let you know the possibilities. If I get this MFI to go up in this area, I'm gonna take another contract to the downside when the bar closes. We up there.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Oh, see, that was a mistake right there, y'all. That was a mistake on my behalf. I got in too many contracts at the same time because I had go time tell me, and then also I had it going on over here. But it's all good. We in it. We in it. It's going to hit targets. We're going to hit targets. That's what we're looking for. Targets. Going to hit targets.
Order canceled.
That's a target. Give me 50 ticks and we locking in. There we go. There we go.
Order filled.
50 ticks and we locking in. The way I have this ATM design is really designed for multiple contracts, because after 50 ticks, it locks in, but then once it hits 70 ticks, it locks in tighter. So it basically gives a little flexibility to keep going. The second contract gives you that flexibility to keep going, even when it's pullbacks like this. So right now the NASDAQ has moved 196.25 points. It's getting closer to that 20-day range. I'm crying. This is what we call crying on the recap because we got out early. Crying on the recap, like big tears. I should have had that price action trade right there, but it's all good. 90% of trading is waiting on your A+ setup. This stuff right here can get you to a point where you're like, I missed all this money. Oh, I'm going to get in. I'm going to get in right away. Nah. No, sir. Uh-oh. I'm I missed my cut.
Order submitted.
Oh, I have my mic muted. My bad. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Casey? All right, cool. Yeah, my bad. I have my mic muted. Yep. We need a push. Higher highs and higher lows is the definition of an uptrend. Lower highs, lower lows is the definition of a downtrend. But you also couple that with these kind of indications of price movement. This is what they call it, it's a flag. You place your stop up here where it could possibly break out, and then your target is down here. So we'll see what they want to do. 11.4 is there as well. Fibonacci, 11.4, solid dollar, and 50% of this move. There we go. They coming for targets. Let's go. I can remember, man, when I would be in a trade like this and just be so nervous. Oh, it's not doing this. Oh, I'm going to get out early. Oh, it's just so worried about stuff. And you know, it's a natural feeling. It's definitely a natural feeling, but over time you have to learn how to deal with those emotions. You really have to learn how to deal with those emotions, because those emotions can make you make decisions that you really don't want to make, and that you really shouldn't make. So, like I say, see what they want to do. Like I say, at the end of the day, you're never going to be 100% right about anything. You just want to make your probability of winning a trade as strong as possible. Now it's 10 o'clock. It's always something that happens at 10 o'clock. You see the price start moving really fast. I think it's some computer stuff that goes off at 10 o'clock with these hedge funds, because these hedge funds, they play with big computers, big boy stuff. You know, algorithms that's set to go off to buy and sell hundreds of thousands of contracts at a time. And they make really big moves. They call them market movers. But we just trying to follow the trend. That's all. We just really trying to follow the trend. I'm gonna button off. Follow the trend. They coming for targets though. The ES, like I said, the ES looks similar to the NASDAQ. So this makes me want to go and look at a bigger time frame.
Order canceled.
See how I spoke that into existence, y'all? You got to speak this stuff into existence, man. Words are powerful. Thoughts are powerful. Our mentor used to always say, guard your energy, guard your energy, guard your energy. Now that drawing I drew, like I say, bear flag. This is hold on. This is the pole. This is the flag. The one I drew earlier was a little bit off, but it served the same purpose. Did the same thing. Now, I'm gonna button on here because I got a pullback.
Order filled.
Whoa, what was that? I heard order filled somewhere. Whoa, why did you get that? Ah. I have my buttons mixed up. $233 points for the NASDAQ right now. I'm butting off because this is where it's at the ADR low. So you see this number up here, it says ADR, average daily range. I'm gonna bring you guys over to my prep chart. So from what you see here, let me erase these drawings. It came down to this range here. Average daily range, 237.75 points. Nothing is going to be 100% exact, but we know when we get to this area, we got to be careful. We got to be careful because look what they're doing. It's already reached its daily range. Now, if they want to get out of pocket and get to going down here, past the daily range, now that's when I say, hey, okay, all right, they done already bust out of their daily range. Let me see where price is going to try to go. Then I'm going to go to my daily chart. Go to my daily chart. Hey, look, I'm going to tell y'all something. Remember when I was like, they got to fill that gap? Y'all remember that gap? From here to there? What they do? What they do? And look how aggressive this move is. My God. Look how aggressive that move is from this area. Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not a market wizard, but when you see a pattern, you see a pattern. When you see a thing, you see a thing. It's all there. This is like mentors say this is an open book test. Look and see what's going on, what's been happening. This is an open book test. Now, if I would have been proactive and been like, all right, well, it's in this area where the gap is filled, then I'm going long here. That's a check. That's a check. And what did it do? Came up to the solid dollar area and got rejected. Remember I told you psychological numbers 00255075. Those are psychological numbers. It's not going to happen at that exact number, but just know in that area to be careful. Be careful. Solid dollar area here. So also, I'm gonna pretty much wrap it up for today. Right now, I want y'all to think about something. And we are in times now where. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to talk with my guy, but I want you guys to really look at and analyze what I'm about to show you. I think I told you before, just imagine going to a job. Imagine going to a job and getting paid for 5, 10, 15, 20 jobs at one time. Right? The beautiful thing about what we do in this trading, in this environment, is that you can have multiple accounts and trade them all at the same time. Now I'm gonna show you guys. So here, let me open this up. Pause. So you see here, this is the thing. Y'all see, I only took trades on one chart. I didn't have to go change an account here, change an account there. No, if you get the tools, use the tools to do what you needed to do. And for here, I trade one time, it gets copied into multiple accounts. So when it's time for you to do a withdrawal, you don't just withdraw out of one account. You can withdraw out of all accounts. That's the great part about this. So if you guys want to learn how to do this kind of thing, or if you're already trading the futures market and you're not trying to put a bunch of money in, you don't have to use your own money anymore. The only money that you're going to spend in this market is for education and for you to have access to other people's money, other people's capital. That's it. So there's going to be some links in the description where you guys can go and get your own accounts. All right. So is there any, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this session. It's 10:12. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this session. Is there anything that any questions, anybody in the chat got any questions I can answer before I go? Also, while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to pull up a trade performance for today. Now, this is including other accounts that I traded earlier this morning, but this is the trade performance for today. As you see, 8-8. Today is 8-8. My largest losing trade was $59. Largest winning trade was $35.96. 32 max consecutive winners in a row. 14 max consecutive losers in a row. What does that mean? That means that I'm going to win. Data says I'm going to win more than I'm going to lose. Right? So 74.39%. Profit factor 2.72. So $1,000 day. I made $1,655. Gave back $609.12. I'm cool with that. I am okay with that. That is better than all of this being red and you being sick. Like, oh, damn. But also, if you consistently do this, every day, I had to make 164 decisions. $31,919 a month if I continue to do this same thing over and over and over every day. It's a thing, y'all. It's definitely a thing. So yeah, again, I appreciate everybody coming through. It was a great trading day for me. And if y'all got any questions, we definitely going to be tuned in to the comments. So like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on the notifications bell to let you know when we drop new videos and when we going live again. So you can always be informed. All right, y'all, I'm out.